All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 2 of this week's edition of Pro Wrestling Tonight. I'm back with my man, Magnificent Dre Breeze. Let's get right in to Dynamite this week. It was a pretty decent episode. It felt a little different.
It did.
Uh,
It did. It did.
Yeah, there were some big names that we didn't see on the show, and they're really like switching it out. They're not relying on like Punk every week being in the main
Well,
event.
no, there's a couple injuries, so of course storylines had to be shifted. Things had to be shifted. I'm gonna say at the beginning of the show, I was a little bit confused. I found it to be a bit chaotic at certain parts, especially with the New Japan guys. They're just throwing them out left and right.
Yeah,
Like it's just a
agreed.
little bit, it's just a little bit like, okay, whoa, okay, okay, yeah, okay, oh, okay, you know.
These guys, yeah, there's a lot of like alliances that were formed in the same episode where it's like, okay, or like feuds starting, like where the guy looks a bit overly pissed at someone that like he's never really interacted with. Like, why would they?
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people jumping people for seemingly no reason.
Exactly.
So how about first match of the night? Jericho Ortiz. How do you think this went? An old school
Okay.
80s stipulation, hair versus hair.
It was okay. It was a good match. I mean, they're two good wrestlers, so it was an okay match as far as a ring performance goes. The storyline pretty good and everything too. The run-ins at the end, you know what I mean? All the people there on the side of the ring. How
Yeah,
many
it's
fucking
like a
people
big
are there?
enough match, but it's still at the end of the day, like Ortiz isn't like the leader really of his faction. So like the feud goes on, but
The
it's a
few
cool
goes.
little like personal rivalry. And
Yeah, exactly. And we
we
got to
get
see it. What were you
yeah,
gonna
we get
say?
all kinds of interference and guys on the outside, like you're saying.
Exactly. And I was gonna say we get to see Samurai del what's it? Is it
Fuego
Samurai
del
del
Sol.
Fuego del Sol? That's right, Samurai del Sol, somebody else.
Fuego del
Fuego.
Sol, I think it translates to Sunfire, and I think he's called that because he drives a Sunfire.
Oh my God, it still runs.
I
Like,
think.
so it wasn't Fuego del Sol.
No.
Of course, you could see by his fucking grin on his face, you had to be retarded or blind not to see it was Sammy Guevara when he
Yeah.
smiled before he pulled the mask off. So, yeah, so Sammy Guevara is in the Jericho Appreciation Society with his girlfriend
Yeah. They've
and
joined.
and Lance Archer and on loan. I like the way he. I
That
kind of
part made
chuckled.
literally no sense for like, okay, it makes enough sense for like you or I because we can like deduce the logic and the whole thing, but someone who has only watched Dynamite would be like, he's with Suzuki-gun in Japan. Wasn't he
Yeah,
just like going for the world title here?
exactly. And now he's with Suzuki-gun. And I'm sorry, I haven't watched. I like the New Japan episodes here. They stop in like September 2021, the season one. So I haven't watched the new seasons of the New Japan Wrestling. But I don't know if Lance Archer has even been in New Japan in the last 6 or 7 months or a year. So why are you trying to make relevant that he's part of a fucking faction that he hasn't been in a year? I
And
mean,
it's
that's like
run
saying
by Minoru Suzuki, who was on Dynamite not that long ago
and
as a
didn't make any
face.
reference and didn't make any reference to Suzuki Goon.
Exactly. So yeah, that whole thing was all like messed up.
That was
It was
and
very hard to
Jericho's
follow, and it made no
and,
sense
and
basically.
Jericho's promo at the end was terrible. Terrible. I'll throw a fucking fireball in your eyes because I'm a wizard. And then these guys are on loan from Suzuki Gun. Minoru Suzuki. Loan them to me. Why? Why do you need them? You don't need them. You've got 8 guys. Now you've got 6
You just
guys to
added
follow you.
Sammy on top
You
of
just
it.
added Sammy Guevara, and now you need goons from another faction in Japan to make way because you're wrestling another guy that you kicked his ass 2 years ago in New Japan, and now you're making this relevant. but Kingston's involved, and I'm just like, wow. I follow wrestling and I have a headache.
No, I
The
know.
casual wrestling fan must be like, I don't know what's going on right now. Who is that?
Definitely.
Who's the guy wearing the mask in the ring, the Japanese guy in the ring? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know
Yeah,
his name. What's
yeah.
his name? What was his name?
Um, he has some like kind of generic, like Anarchido or Chaotico or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've never seen him. I'm not saying he's
I've
not
never
good.
seen him either. He's probably good.
I've never seen him or heard of him
No, the whole
personally.
thing was all like all mixed up. Like
Yeah,
ultimately
the
mixed
end
up.
of that match was all over the place. It was all
Definitely.
over. That's what I meant when I said it was kind of chaotic.
It was.
Like
It was.
started off, it's like you don't need to bring those two other dudes in at the same time you're trying to reveal Sammy Guevara as a member. You're just
Definitely.
fucking doing too many shit at the same time. It's just too much for anybody's brain. What the fuck, man?
For sure. No, for
You
sure.
know.
They should have thought a different way of doing that for sure. Then we get a match that I thought was pretty stupid, but like whatever. Wardlow against all the security guys, where like it was kind of like a battle royal. He didn't even have to throw them over the top rope though, so like
But when
there
he
should have
threw
been
a
more
couple
established rules, but there was just so many of them that I guess like
and it was stupid. There was no established rules, but at one point he threw two, three guys out of the ring, and the guy said something on the microphone like they have been eliminated. And then I'm like, but that don't make sense. They didn't get thrown over the top rope.
no,
He just
exactly.
kicked them off. He kicked them off the apron, and they're eliminated. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, the producer in the back must be going, what the fuck?
It
Live
was a
TV,
horrible
bro.
idea.
It was horrible. But hey, Wardlow's over even more.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, Wardlow, I mean, he did his, the crowd was really into him. But yeah. Follow that up though with a great match. The Rev Pro champion, Will Ospreay, with the Rev Pro title, taking on Dax Harwood. And this was just an incredible match.
incredible,
Uh,
man.
great
In
mix of styles.
man. Can you not say Dax Harwood is getting better and more better as a singles wrestler every week that he wrestles alone,
No,
basically?
definitely. They're giving him a lot of singles matches too. Cash
Yeah,
Wheeler, I
because,
don't know where's his singles matches, but you know.
but that match, man, I've seen Osprey. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'll be completely honest with you. I've never watched a complete Willie Osprey match. All I've seen is highlights.
Highlights. Yeah, he's a highlight wrestler.
He's a highlight wrestler, but I loved his persona cockiness at the beginning of the match with the
Yeah,
fucking
definitely.
robe
Yeah.
and
He
his
has a
fucking
he's
going
great.
like this and all of that. I was like, God damn, man, he really is good. Like he's good. He does the little things. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
he
was like,
definitely does. He does. And then yeah, it's a great match. Osprey picks up the win. But then it turns into like another crazy brawl, you know? Um it was Roppongi Vice comes out. They're taking on United Empire, which is Osprey's faction. So like for some reason Roppongi Vice, the best friends, and Dax and Cash are like all associated now to take on United Empire.
did that not make sense? Did that not make sense to you?
It made no
Like,
sense to me at all. And we're going to also get out of that in a singles match because that's just for like some of the guys. Osprey is not even involved in that match at the pay-per-view. Osprey will be taking on Orange Cassidy, who we haven't seen in super long.
and who they decided to take off like the mid card roster that he had been for the last few months, and then all of a sudden now he gets a big pop and
Again,
he's
yeah,
fighting Osprey. Like Osprey is the biggest thing in Japan besides fucking Okada
Tanahashi.
and Tanahashi. Then it's Osprey. You know, well JY, but JY's a heel. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's
Osprey is damn popular in Japan. It's a
you know
high
what I'll
profile
say?
match for Orange Cassidy for sure.
Exactly. And then I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Are they listening to our show?
Yeah,
Because
because they
if
were
you
saying, why
guys,
aren't they using him?
if they're stealing our ideas, I expect a check, Tony Khan. You got the money. Don't fuck with me. You got the money. The putting
Anyone
fucking
that
him right.
listens to this show, you want to know what's going to happen next week? Just listen to what we say, and we'll
I
just.
swear to God. And so I'm looking forward to that match though. The Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. Not because Orange Cassidy. I'm just looking forward to seeing fucking Willie Ospreay, man.
No, yeah, definitely. The guy definitely impressed here, and definitely can't wait to see what he can do with Orange Cassidy. You know,
He's pretty big. I thought he was
yeah,
smaller than.
he's
I
thick.
always
He's
thought
pretty
he
thick.
was a smaller dude than that. And I realized, goddamn, he's pretty damn big, man. But yeah,
He put on some size, definitely, but he
yeah.
still can move. We get then after that we get Tony Storm. She does a promo on Britt Baker, and then they're gonna wrestle later on in the show. Then we get Ethan Page versus Miro. JR praises Ethan Page. You know, I think Ethan Page hasn't really got much of a chance, but that they'll probably end up working him in. You know, I think I'm not too,
Man.
but here he loses to Miro. I kind of wish he would have beat Miro, but they're not going to make Miro lose. He's one of their highest paid guys.
All
I
I can
hate his
say
new
about
finisher.
Ethan Page, all I can say about Ethan Page is, I hope the money's good in AEW because
Yeah,
you left Impact and all that TV time,
that's it. He could have done anything he wanted basically in Impact.
and now you've gone there and you've just become like
A
mid
background
card,
character to Dan Lambert.
background
He's
character to
like
Dan Rufio
yeah,
Scott.
kind of. But who knows? Maybe that'll change. You know, AEW, they tend to cycle guys in and out of spots.
I don't know. He
But he
just got
hasn't
his
been
ass
cycled in
handed
at
to
all
him by
yet. That's
Miro.
the thing.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, Miro, so far it's not working for me with him back like this, but give it some time, I guess.
yeah.
Then we get the match follow up to the earlier Tony Storm promo. It's Tony Storm against Britt Baker. No titles on the line or anything, but for some reason it felt like a pretty high profile match to me.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Two top women wrestlers. Whoops, sorry about
Yeah.
that. Two top women wrestlers going at it. So that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I
Tony
mean,
Storm picks up the win. So that's probably one of her biggest wins since coming to AEW.
yeah.
She's saying how she looks like a champion. So I could see her going for the title, you know?
Yeah, most probably. It doesn't Thunder Rosa come out and confront her at the end or something, if I remember. Didn't I see Thunder Rosa on the episode? I thought she came out or something. Maybe I'm just fucking, I don't know. Maybe I thought I saw that, but yeah.
No, that is possible. I think we may have seen a Thunder Rosa appearance somewhere. Later on, we get Cowboy Adam Page, who, you know, he lost his belt. They're trying to keep him kind of relevant. He's cutting a promo on Okada, but Okada lost the title, you know, to Jay White, as we spoke earlier. So Cole comes out and he's like, the new champion's Jay White. And then we see Jay White appear. And through all this, we also hear Okada won't be at Forbidden Door, which sucks. But
Which kind of fucking sucks when you
yeah, it
think of
does. But maybe they're saving to bring him another time or something.
I don't see when, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jay White says, you know what? I might not probably fight either of you because I'm going to choose who I fight. And then Adam Cole's all pissed off. Pretty
Yeah.
hilarious. I
They're
think
just
Jay
setting
White's
up a
going to choose to
rivalry.
fight. I think Jay White's going to either fight Kenny Omega or Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, most
One of those two.
probably. Most probably.
If Omega comes back at Forbidden Door.
Yeah. He will be coming back at Forbidden
You
Door.
think? Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Kenny Omega in a while. He's a big missing piece of this show. He was kind of part
He
of the
is.
identity of AEW, you know?
He was the AEW fucking spotlight.
Yeah, at one point he was the guy that like he was like their most valuable roster guy, and with Jericho, like at the very beginning. But then they almost devalued him on purpose, if you remember, and then they gave him the title. But for a
Yeah.
while, they were like, they put him in a tag team. Remember, he was tag team champions with Adam Page, and then he did some mid card stuff, and then eventually Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
At
we'll
one point,
see.
he was carrying AEW and Impact. He had the
Yeah,
fucking
true.
Impact
Yeah.
roster
He
too.
was
So
when
he was
he
on both shows every week. Yeah,
yeah
like so.
feuding with Rich Swan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that was
Yeah,
great. That was a great angle.
it was. Yeah, it was.
So then we get our main event, which was supposed to originally be a triple threat ladder match. That got cut down to just a normal tag ladder match because, of course, as we spoke to in part one of our show, Jeff Hardy. So they didn't
Yeah,
keep Matt Hardy and replace Jeff Hardy. They just made it Jurassic
like
Express.
they didn't exist. Yeah, just
Yeah,
they
exactly.
just
Jurassic Express
erased
and the
him.
Bucks. They did, like you said, they didn't. They acted like he didn't even exist. They didn't
Yeah,
even mention it.
no, it's like the match, the triple threat match was never made.
That's it exactly. They
Weird.
acted the whole time like this was always what it was.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, so all four guys come out with new gear, looking good. All four guys really giving it their all.
they did. It was a
That
good match. So
yeah, they it was a great match. A lot of great spots, Uh the Young Bucks, they do what they do well. They always will do what they do well. It's the Young
yeah,
Bucks.
they will.
And they come out as new champions, which you know what? I don't mind seeing the Young Bucks as the tag champs.
I don't either. I mean, they're heels. They're master heels. So
Yeah,
anytime a heel has a title, it's good
it
for
works
TV.
usually. It works.
So I mean, I was tired of seeing Jungle Boy and Pukasaurus.
They never
Uh,
felt like they got to the level they should have as champions, despite having some good matches here or there. It always felt like there was like 5 or 6 teams that were better than them
yeah,
in the company.
I find the problem is that Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus don't look like a tag team. They look like
True.
two dudes wrestling together.
Yeah.
And then you're taking on a bunch of tag teams in a federation that has a bunch of legendary duos. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
FTR, the Young Bucks, Santana and Ortiz. Like you don't see those guys as single wrestlers. You see them as a duo. You see Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, and when they had Marco Stunt, they just look like a bunch of mashed up together dorks.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah.
then and
And
Christian,
there's a bit of like a non-serious tone that they have. Like it
yeah,
doesn't feel
exactly.
that they ever can get like a killer instinct.
No, exactly. And then the fact that you take Marco Stunt away and that you just mesh Christian Cage with him made even
True.
less sense. Even less
True.
sense. You know, I was just like, this is just stupid. Like, this is something WWE does, puts together a bunch of fucking dumbasses, you know? They're a tag team, put them together. I think it's a great duo. Like Chad Gable and Fat Ass. What was their name there? Tuck?
American Alpha Team or American
American
Alpha.
Alpha Team. Stupid shit. But at least they had a name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. At
But
least they
so
wore matching gear.
true. No, but that's it. Like there has always been some fundamental problems with Jurassic Express. And the Christian Association, like we said, was like a major problem we've been talking about. And guess what? It ended. Christian basically turns heel, I guess, on
Yeah.
Jurassic Express after the match. I wonder what they're going to do with Christian. I want to see a Christian singles heel, funny heel Christian singles. Maybe give him a bodyguard, but that's it.
Uh, Christian Heel is the best, man.
Yeah, he's
He
always
is the best when he is being a heel. So let's hope that they don't just shove him away, that they
no, yeah.
use him
Hopefully, this
more
just
after
isn't
the
the
feud.
end of Christian.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And if it
it's,
is the end of Christian, hopefully he signs with Impact where they gave him a world title. So, you know what I mean?
maybe
Where
we'll see Christian show up on Slammiversary as well.
that wouldn't surprise me. See, use his value for what he is, because in this roster, he's devalued. He's devalued. There's
Definitely,
just
heuld really have to do
many
something pretty
people.
nuts to stand out at this point.
Exactly. It's just too much. There's just too many people. It's just too much sometimes. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
whatever. It is what it is, but that was a good match, good ending, great ending. You
that's
know,
it. And like,
the best ending.
no, yeah, definitely. I was definitely happy that the titles were off Jurassic Express, and it's also cool that Christian's gone. So that was like the best possible outcome, I guess.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was. It
So
was.
yeah, it was a good episode of Dynamite. And yeah, pretty crazy headline wise in the news this week, like we were saying at the beginning. And
Yeah.
yeah, so people don't forget to watch Slammiversary.
It's
Like
Saturday, right?
I believe so, yes. Yeah.
On the 17th. Yeah, it is. It's this Saturday. Yeah, I got to get that.
We're gonna definitely be reviewing that next week.
Oh,
And
yeah.
let's end it off with our thumbs up of the week.
You know who my thumbs up of the week is. The
Uh
master who personally sold out Madison Square Garden solely himself, like he likes to say every goddamn time he takes the microphone. Switchblade Jay White. Sick accomplishment.
yeah,
Congrats, my
yeah,
friend.
definitely.
Fucking world champion. Well deserved. Nothing but hats off to you, man. Amazing.
Definitely a wrestler who, if people aren't that familiar with him, you want to discover someone new, go check out some more Jay White. Now he's the IWGP champion. This is the time to start following New Japan, people, if you're not watching it, eh? It's great. And that's what's cool about this whole AEW thing. I think more people are going to get their eyes maybe more on New Japan, and New Japan with their new TV deal on Access and everything. It's really good. This is a really good thing. I'm going to give my thumbs up of the week to Tony Storm. I think she's coming for that women's title, I think. We haven't seen Thunder Rosa really highlighted as much as I thought we would since she won the belt. And I think it's time. I think they're going to put it on Tony Storm. Sooner
Maybe.
rather than later.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's
we'll
it.
see
Maybe
that.
at this point, that's just speculation at this point.
Where's Mercedes Martinez and where is the Ring of Honor World Title
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
There's many
so
questions
important?
that still need to be answered.
It was so important for them to take it off of Perazo and get it off of Impact Television, to put it on Mercedes Martinez and do absolutely fucking nothing with it. Way to go. That's
At
my
this
thumbs
point, they
down.
bought Ring of Honor and have done absolutely nothing with anything
Nothing
involving
with
Ring
it.
of Honor.
Nothing with it at fucking all. Impact was doing more with Ring of Honor than AEW
They
has
literally
done
were. They
with
literally
AE since they fucking had it. The only title we see regularly is the one that that Cash and Dax wear, and they don't defend
never
it.
really
They just
defend
wear
it.
it to the ring. You know, like I
Yeah.
think they defended it once recently, about a month ago or something. But I mean, I don't
It's not
understand where
really
this
like a
is
relevant
going.
thing at this point.
Man,
Definitely.
if I'm a contracted Ring of Honor talent right now, if there still is any, if Dalton Castle and Silas Young and all these other dudes that we haven't seen anywhere else but there show up, I mean, I'm second guessing what I should do, man. I think they should have all jumped the boat like Bennett and
PCO.
Taven and PCO and all the other guys did, because everybody that jumped the boat is relevant, right? You know, everybody that hasn't jumped the boat is fucking doing nothing right now, like nothing,
What
nothing
they
at
should
all.
all do is learn the lesson that we're going to leave these fans with today. Always do what PCO does, ladies and gentlemen. You see a
No,
video
don't.
of him doing something on the internet, we suggest do exactly what he does. It doesn't matter what it is. The guy hooks
Yeah.
his balls up to a car battery, do the same thing.
Eats glass for $10 tip when he was managing at the strip club. Clients used to pay him for him to eat glass.
What a nut.
Kids don't do what PCO
No,
does
exactly.
because he isn't human. He is not human. I love the guy, but Jesus Christ, in 10 years from now, I would not want to be his doctor. What the fuck
But we
is
were
his
saying
body?
that about him 10 years ago.
Oh, that's true. He might actually outlive us, this motherfucker.
He will. He'll outlive us all, PCO.
And he does it all, and he's legally blind in one eye. Remember that, people.
Yeah,
He
that's
is
true.
legally
A lot of
blind
people
in
forget
one
that
eye.
part.
Fucking crazy motherfucker.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for this week of Pro Wrestling Tonight. For the Prez, for Magnificent Dre Breeze, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.